All right, it's November 22nd. That's 11/22. When you look at the Jewish gematria of 11/22, the first entry is shelves are cleared. So that was interesting. So here's an article about a string of fires destroys food processing facilities across America. Planes and fires exacerbate an escalating inflation and supply chain crisis that is quickly becoming chronic. Here's a Twitter comment by Charlie Kirk. Food processing plants don't just accidentally burn down at this rate, and they certainly don't coincidentally become landing pads for plane crashes at the rate they are. Our food supply is under attack in America. The question is, by who? I could take a guess. Now this is my local market that I go to quite often. It's called Vine Ripe. It's in La Mesa. It's only like 15 minutes from me, and that burnt down. That was 4 months ago. And the papers covered it a couple times, so you can't say that it didn't happen. So I think this was July 18th. And I saw a lot of those fire trucks just a couple months before this doing kind of the same thing. Remember that video I did? I wonder how this started. Where's the smoke? There's is. This says the fire was eventually pinpointed to a produce refrigeration case and was halted. It was not immediately clear what caused the fire to start. I thought that it was the produce refrigeration case. And you'll always get a sense of what the story is really about when you look at the numerology. So there's 5:15 a.m. So there's a gematria of 5:15. You've got Babylon, Elon, as in Musk, and honeybee. And there's the correct spelling, Elon Musk Q. And isn't that funny when I look at the word Vine Ripe? It's 908. Let's spell it right there. Vine Ripe, 908. It's not in their database, but it will be. And you've got the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's funny how they're covering all their bases. You got Elon, you got Bill and Melinda. And that's weird. This guy, this firefighter, Heartland, said it took a while to find the seat of the fire because the size of the building. This building is not a big building. Believe me, I've been in it. It is not big. Costco's big. This is not big. So I don't know why it took them 40 minutes to find the source of the fire. So the fire started at 5:15, and they give the news report at 11 a.m. And they just happen to have to show the truck 11. And it's interesting because they show these firefighters with his name. They have to have his name here on the helmet, but it's weird because that guy doesn't have a name on his helmet, and he doesn't have a name on the bottom side of his jacket either. But the word bomb, B-A-U-M, so there's bomb, so there's hell, and the 222 is also Hitler and Armageddon. And also bomb is 233, which is also feed the fire. And remember the pink tie videos I've done, if you've been following me for a little while, the pink ties. But anyhow, feed the fire, 233, and a Satan. So they're calling this a 2-alarm fire. So crews knocked down second alarm fire. Second alarm or 2-alarm? Is that the same? At Vine Ripe Market in La Mesa. And isn't that interesting because it says here's an example of a 2-alarm fire. Look at that. Is that what we saw? Let's just see what they show. Let's see here. Yeah, interesting. They're calling this a 2-alarm. So this was their 2-alarm fire here with their number 11 ladder. Huh. Does that look like the same as this? I was wondering if there's other stores that were being affected in this area. And here's Vaughn's, so that's a pretty big name. Vaughn's reopens after a fire closed the store for a day. And interesting, so this was August 9th, 2021. And it says it's August 8th was a fire, but this Vaughn's supermarket in Coronado, it says, according to Joshua Scarborough, like Scarborough Affair, Coronado Fire Department battalion chief said it was likely an electrical malfunction that caused the fire, and it was extinguished by an employee. And it said the fire was in the basement. I didn't know that we had basements in Coronado, which is basically right by the ocean. Look at your little sun you get there. So I wonder what they're doing to grocery stores, if this is really a fire or not. But first let's look at the word Vaughn's, 880420 and 70. And interesting, it has the word blood vine, and we just saw the Vine Ripe store be supposedly have a fire. Here's 420, numerical value is Moderna's 420, and 880 is adrenaline stressors, like a fire. So here's the Coronado Times, full rear plans for Vaughn's, and I don't see any indication that they have a basement. Oh, there's your Starbucks. So, partial floor plan. Huh. Now this is hard to read, but it does say pole-mounted utilities. And they have all these interesting poles. I wonder if these poles have anything to do with any EMFs. Like that thing right there. It's hard to see it though, but that looks like a 5G thing, like a cell. So here's Vaughn's ground floor, existing floor plan. Here's their truck dock, where they do their commerce and their receiving. And here's their floor plan, but it doesn't once show anything about a basement. It's unusual for anything in San Diego to have a basement. We don't usually have basements here in California. If it's in there. But it's strange, because here's the Coronado Times, and there's their logo. They got the little swish. So just out of curiosity, I looked at the word Coronado. 278. 278 is King of Kings. And the English and simple gematria is 85, 510, and 85. It's Artemis and Matrix. Remember the whole launching that I showed about Artemis and the Matrix? You see the word Coronado? Let's flip those words around a little bit. And it's do Corona. Isn't that weird? Do Corona. Here's another fire that damaged Vaughn's store. Here's Las Vegas, and it said had to close for the night. Just one night. They just need one day. Just like the Coronado fire, just one day. So they basically said that it was just closed for one day. The grocery store was evacuated and closed for repairs. The store reopened Friday morning because it was Thursday night that happened. There were no injuries. The cause of the fire was deemed accidental, but an estimated cost of damage could not be determined until Vaughn's can inventory the lost food products. Who's the release? The release said. That's weird. Now this story about the Vaughn's in Las Vegas on Pecos Road and Windmill Parkway, it said that the fire was in the roof where the construction was recently done. And this is a story on the same store, Vaughn's, Pecos, and Windmill. And this said that a generator caught fire in the grocery store chain. Huh. Let's look at that. Same store, but here the generator caught fire. And isn't that interesting, because here's a video of it, but there again is a Starbucks. Starbucks and Vaughn's, I guess, are associated, aren't they? But this Vaughn's in Henderson caught fire Thursday night. So 2667 East Windmill Parkway and Pecos. This is Thursday night fire. This story was, May 29th, 2015. It's interesting. This Vons catches on fire quite a number of times. May 29th. Same store, Vons grocery store, Windmill and Pecos, but this is September 23rd, 2019. So here's April 14th, 2021. It's a video of it's in a Vons parking lot, but flames from a burning car spread to another vehicle and set off ammunition inside. Interesting. So that's in Del Mar, California. That's San Diego County still. So here's the Vons Shopping Center. Huh. Oh my God, you should hear all the ammunition going off in this car right now. I'll leave you the link on this one because this is interesting, hearing the ammunition go off. And look at this. This is June 27, 2018. Fire sparks at Vons in Coronado again. Prompts evacuations. That's Orange Avenue. That's Coronado, San Diego, California. 2018. That must be the same one because it says fire was associated with the refrigeration unit in the basement of the store in Orange Avenue. Well, I didn't see basement in those plans, but it seems a little confusing because it says Coronado and San Diego firefighters responded to an initial call at 8:19 a.m. of an explosion in an alley behind the store, most likely from a nearby transformer. According to the city. So a city can talk now. Wow. So crews extinguished the fire while evacuating the store and securing the perimeter. No injuries. So they can't figure out whether it was the transformer or the refrigeration unit caused the fire. Although the fire supposedly was in the Vons. How do they not know this? SDG&E has secured the power to the building. Of course they have. There's standing water in the basement that will be removed by Vons. So same Vons, but different dates. So that's August 8th. The second one, the one I just recently talked about, was June 27th. So isn't that weird? And when this isn't the fire, but isn't that interesting how yellow that is? Because yellow is one of their little code colors, but a customer who refused to wear a mask at Vons supermarket in Santa Monica, California, was stabbed Monday after he allegedly became violent. He didn't become violent until people were trying to make him cover his face. So anyhow, so the security guard stabs him because he won't wear a mask because they're trying to keep people safe. Yeah, keep people safe by stabbing them. Good idea. Anyhow, that's enough of that. But here's a firefighter. And here it says, firefighters battle a fire at Atlantic Coast Fibers recycling plant, New Jersey, 2021. Multiple U.S. food processing facilities have been hit with fires or other calamities in the last 30 days. So they too are finding a string of fires and plane crashes involving food supply chains. This is April 21st, 2022. Anyhow, that's enough. That ice looks like shark teeth. Okay, bye guys. Gonna go put the chickens away.